And this is what Paul Krugman talks about in the New York Times. And he's talking about Jeb Bush finally deciding to go after Donald Trump. But instead of going after Donald Trump on things that Trump is genuinely wrong about, his immigration proposals, his racist overtone, his condescending tone towards women and the media, and shutting down of the media, instead of going after him on all of these things, which Jeb Bush could win, Jeb Bush decides to go after him from the standard conservative economic talking points, pointing out that Donald Trump is talking about raising taxes on the rich. The conversation that we had last week about Donald Trump saying that his hedge fund buddies don't pay enough taxes, and so he's proposing to raise taxes on them. Jeb Bush is trying to call him out on this. And he's actually trying to call him out on the fact that Donald Trump feels that people should have health care. In a way, Donald Trump is supportive of universal health care. Now, that is about the extent of anything positive that Donald Trump has to offer. But it's ironic that Jeb Bush, according to Krugman, is trying to go after him based on economic policies that are actually functioning, working policies, versus going after him on the things that he's wrong on. And this is the paradigm that we live under. Conservative Republicans genuinely believe in an economic policy that has failed, that continues to fail the average American. Their economic policies work great for the top 1%. It works great if you already have access to capital. It works great if you can, all you need to increase your profit margin is to cut taxes because you're not going to invest because your tax rates are so low. There's no incentive for you to invest. So then lowering taxes is the best way to increase your profit margin. It works great if you live and exist in that paradigm, but the vast majority of Americans do not. And neither do the conservative Tea Partiers who are out there shouting, lower our taxes. Lower our taxes, talking about not allowing taxes to go up on the top 1% when they are not anywhere near the top 1%. They are in the bottom of the economic strata, and they are the ones in need of social welfare, food stamps, Medicaid. But at the same time, they're yelling, take your government hands off my Medicaid. So this is the twisted world that conservatives live in. And so Jeb Bush has decided, let me stir up that economic animus in our base. I won't address the racism of Donald Trump. I won't address the misogyny of Donald Trump. I will just talk about the fact that Donald Trump is not complying with the standard conservative economic talking points that have persisted over the last 35 years. And Krugman is saying, Paul Krugman, who is a Nobel Prize-winning economist, is saying that actually Donald Trump is not wrong on the issues that Jeb Bush wants to attack him on. Economically speaking, the things that Donald Trump are actually saying, that he's actually saying, are not incorrect. But the things that conservatives would rather him say, the things that the Tea Partiers want him to say, that is what is actually wrong. And it's statistically demonstrated that it has been wrong for the average American. I don't know if there's anything else to say about this. It's simply the fact that Donald Trump is really dividing the Republican Party in a fascinating way. Donald Trump is dividing them between the establishment elite who absolutely don't want to change the economic paradigm because it's working fine for them, and the racist base who are just angry over everything, and they don't like the establishment elite any more than they like minorities or immigrants. And so they're pushing back with Donald Trump. But the people who are pushing back with Donald Trump and pushing against the establishment elite, they would actually prefer that taxes are not raised on corporations in the top 1%, even though they don't own a business and they're not in the top 1%. That, my friends, is the twisted web of conservative ideology and logic. If it made sense to you, then you're a better thinker than me, because it makes absolutely no sense other than the fact that the only thing that matters more than an incorrect economic policy would be their racial animus and their latent bigotry. That's the only thing that matters more to the conservatives that are running after Donald Trump.